effect of nuclear waste on the environment.
Okay. Talk to me. Why is this a need or a problem? Why is this an issue?
This isn't.
This is an issue because nuclear waste is very harmful to the environment. It can kill life, and there's no easy way of disposing of it. So, if it
becomes exposed, it's a hazardous problem to the environment and to the people around it.
And is nuclear energy being used here in the United States?
Yes.
Yes.
It is.
Talk to me about the literature review and the background that you researched. Talk to me a little bit about spills as well as nuclear waste, the positives and the negatives, please.
Well, the positive for nuclear energy is that it can be converted into electricity, and the electricity is to power many homes around the world.
Okay.
And
It's clean energy because it doesn't pollute the air. It doesn't.
Okay.
The only thing that's bad about it is that it produces nuclear waste.
Okay. Is it being used here in the United States?
Yes.
Is it being used here in California?
Yes.
Yep, it is, you're right. So talk to me about the waste. What's so bad about it? I mean, I can just throw it in the trash can, right?
No.
All right, talk to me. Tell me.
Because
Well, it emits radiation that
Mm-hmm.
can, if exposed for too long or to high quantities of it, you can get cancer or other severe illnesses that can lead to your death
Mm-hmm.
or other chronic problems.
Okay. And are there ways that people are disposing of the waste now? And are they working or not working?
yes, there's one called vitrification.
Okay.
Yeah, vitrification, where they
Right.
melt it with glass, and then it melts, and then it solidifies as a hard object, so they can store it. And
So the nuclear waste is melted in with
Yeah.
glass, and that nuclear waste is captured within
Yeah.
the silica. Very cool. Where are they using that at? Here?
yes.
In the United
Yeah, in
States?
the United States.
Is it being used everywhere, though?
Not everywhere.
Okay. And it looks like some of these are older pictures. So are there nuclear reactors and nuclear storage units that have been used for a while? And what's going on with them? Because that one looks really old.
Well, yes, this is 3 Mile Island.
Okay. Talk to me about that.
Well, the 3 Mile Island was a nuclear power plant that it had an incident in 1986, I think.
You're right.
And what happened was that there was a problem with reactor number 2,
Mhm.
and this caused a cooling problem,
Mhm.
the problem with the
reactor.
cooling system,
Mhm.
and
It exploded.
yes.
It exploded.
Well, not like a big explosion.
Mhm.
It was just a small little meltdown, but this caused the whole factory to be shut down and hasn't been open since.
Really? Did it affect the people around it? And what have been the outcome long term? What have we seen in the? Did it affect the people? Did it affect the animals?
Well, this one wasn't as extreme as Chernobyl, but
Okay.
luckily nothing. Nobody, only the workers that were at the time.
Yeah, it wasn't a very residential area.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
So were the workers affected?
Some.
And what were the effects of it?
The radiation causes the white blood cells to, it kills the white blood cells, so it makes your immune system weaker.
Excellent. And how does that affect you as far as a human? Does it make you sicker? Does it affect your children?
Well, it makes you more susceptible to get sick when you actually get sick.
Excellent. Okay. And talk to me about Chernobyl, because I've heard that name, but talk to me about the.
Well, Chernobyl, it's a city in Ukraine,
Mhm.
and it's known for the nuclear accident that it had.
Mhm.
There was a problem with a reactor as well, but this one was more extreme where
Why?
Because it actually exploded.
and radiation spread.
Oh, it actually exploded.
Yeah.
And how far, Alejandro? You said it exploded and it spread?
Yeah,
the radiation spread, and the whole area had to be evacuated.
Wow. How long after Chernobyl exploded was that picture taken? Is that right after it happened, or is that long term?
This is, I think, 15, 25 years later.
Wow, significant. Were people affected and animals affected?
Yes,
and-
many
Yes.
people were affected. There's actually a graph right here, thyroid
Kids are
cancer
both
incidents in
first
Ukraine.
effects.
Wow.
By the million. It went from being at 5 million before the explosion to up to 45 million.
And they're still seeing the effects of this
Yes.
in the UK.
All right, Karina, what's the problem?
Yeah, so they're still seeing the effects of that, right? All right, cool. Talk to me about your model. I'm interested in this lovely lumpage
So this
of
model,
clay.
this is supposed to like be a reactor, like one of those.
Okay.
And this is supposed to show like the city.
Uh-huh.
But this is how Chernobyl was because the reactor was like within the city.
Mm-hmm.
So then I guess it like represents what it would look like with the trees that burned. But
And it was fine up until there were no
Yeah.
slow leaks. There were no. So what caused the explosion at Chernobyl?
The cooler, they have a lot of problems with the cooling system, so when it stops working, it causes it to overheat, which causes the explosion to happen.
And
Wow.
also, they didn't really take many precautions because this was after the, like, it happened, like, I guess during the Cold War, and
Yep.
they were just interested in getting stuff done fast and getting it a lot of
Yes. Mass
clean material.
production.
Excellent. Talk to me about what's being done in modern day to keep Chernobyl from happening. Do you guys find any new procedures, precautions, you talk precautions, things that they put into effect that are going to keep it? And I want to see what the other side of the model is.
This is what it would look like after, like, as you see the buildings,
Mhm.
like in
Yeah,
Chernobyl, the
deteriorating.
buildings. Yeah.
And what does the blue and the red represent? Is that
This
Yeah,
was
this
to
is
be
the
like
melting
that.
reactor.
Yeah, the reactor.
so it actually melts, like literally, physically melts down.
Well, yeah, because it's a lot of, because the stuff inside of it, because it depends what kind of elements are inside of the nuclear waste, because it can be like potassium,
Right.
and there's different amounts.
And that actually will tear down
Yeah.
buildings and literally
And I don't know
melt
which one that was at Chernobyl, but depending on how strong it is, it'll stay in there from like anywhere from 73 to 4.5 billion years.
4.5 billion years. Wow, impressive. Talk to me if you were if you had a year and you were able to do this project over the course of the year. What are 3 things you would have done, added, or done differently to this project if you would have had more time?
Well, if it would have been possible, we would have tried to get some nuclear waste.
Or actually gone to a site where.
Or actually gone to a site, or even a nuclear power plant that there's been no leaks to.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's cool. And there are 2 here in California, so that's something you guys might want to think about with physics and chemistry next year. Definitely working on this project and taking it into the next class, because you definitely have chemistry and you definitely have physics for your senior year that you could apply this. What are some other things you may have done differently or you may have added? A couple of things we talked about, I just don't know if you guys had the time for. Who would you, are there other resources?
Oh, yeah.
Crandall and
Crandall, yeah. He's majored in.
he knows about.
Yeah, nuclear waste, yep. Yep. What is some stuff that you would have added to your model?
Some stuff.
What are some things that you may have added that would have made it, if I were walking by that and you guys weren't here to explain your model,
Oh,
what are
labels.
some things? Yeah, labels would have been great. What else?
Like actual representation, like the key of like the life,
I
like
think
what
so
life
too.
would be like.
And you said Chernobyl, we're talking the huge increase in cancer incidents. Have there been any other things that affected animals or plants or humans in the area of Chernobyl?
Well, the radiation also caused mutations in people, birth
Cause
defects.
mutations.
Define what a mutation looks like.
There's been children born without limbs.
Born with extra limbs.
Extra limbs, yep. And that's caused again by the radiation modifying their DNA.
Because if you kill the white blood cells in the cell tissue as well.
And is it heritable? So are these birth defects heritable? Are they able to be passed down?
Yes, because it's in the DNA.
So we're going to see, probably for many years to come in the Ukraine, we're going to see a significant. What about 3 Mile Island? So have they had any reports of birth defects from the people who are affected there, or was that in your research, or did you find it?
No, I
No,
don't.
we did
Okay,
not.
no problem. Thank you much, guys. You did really well for what you guys pulled out. 9, I know. Good. Thank you, sir. Can I see your works cited, guys? Oh, you got a bibliography up there? Do you guys have identical bibliographies in your?
No.
No.
Because you looked at different research, okay? So let me add that. Bibliography, conclusion.
One, two, oh, yeah.
No, something about this. Yeah.
And you guys have your notebooks in there? All I need from your notebooks, by the way, is I just need the